Hello, everybody. It's Dylan Milks here for Tuesday, June the 19th, 2012. And today I just want to comment on the event over the weekend with the Greek election. And the question I want to ask, or question I'm asking here is, what did the results of the election in Greece solve over the weekend? And in my opinion, the answer is absolutely nothing. And the reason why I say that is because really the party that really, first of all, nobody won a majority. Second of all, the country was incredibly divided in terms of the percentage of votes that each party got. And, really the party that does will form a coalition. It's looking like they'll form a coalition with the party that came in third. What they're going to be doing is going forward and approving, with the general framework of the bailout money by the European Union, which of course is required that they would have major austerity measures and major cuts to spending and to other government programs in order to receive the bailout money. So this certainly is not, although a lot of people in the financial markets are, in the media who focus on the financial markets are really cheering this as a great event, as a great celebration, a great victory that cooler heads prevailed. I actually think that all this does is just kick the can down the road another, six months to year and a half, 2 years at the most, because at the end of the day, number one, it doesn't change the debt situation. It doesn't change the amount of money that the Greek government is in debt. Number two, it doesn't change Greece structurally in terms of their financial situation, their their obligations, their obligations to their own people that they've promised, their obligations to the other countries that have lent them money. None of that's changed. And also, the major thing is that the prospects for the Greek economy over the next 6 months, year, 2 years, and even beyond that are really terrible, quite frankly, especially considering with the amount of cutting that's going to have to be done, and in some cases raising taxes and cutting at the same time, that's not going to bode well for growth. So if you're really looking at this as a victory, as a sign that cooler heads prevailed, I would strongly disagree with that because again, all this does is just push it out down the road. And keep in mind again, as I pointed out, the total amount of debt that they owe does not change. And sure, Germany is willing to renegotiate the terms or the length of their bailout, meaning instead of them having 3 years or 5 years to, having 3 or 5 years at a fixed interest rate, maybe now they'll have 7 or 10. But again, at the end of the day, that does not change the overall structure of Greece. It does not change the overall amount of debt that they owe. It doesn't change their economy. It doesn't suddenly mean now that their unemployment rate is now dropping from 35% now to 5%. Doesn't change any of that. And so there's just major, major problems here that are still existing. And I think that over the next few years, mark my words, I'll tell you right now, we're going to be at this situation with Greece again, probably in, like I said, I would say a year to 2 years. We're going to be at the same situation with Greece as we were in for the last year or so. And the one thing that's concerning, or the one thing that I want to point out about this, is that one of the parties, the party that came in fourth place in Greece, was the Nazi Party. Yes, the Nazi Party, meaning the comparisons to Nazi Germany, and basically the same types of belief systems that the Nazis in Germany had, of course, leading up to the Second World War. That party, the Nazi Party in Greece, got 7% of the vote. 7% of the vote. Now, quite frankly, a Nazi party running in any country should get 0% of the vote. But the thing that I want to point out is that when things are bad, when situations are hopeless and seem hopeless, and there is rioting and chaos in the streets, people start to reach for any kind of answer, regardless of how stupid or how crazy or how wrong it is. So I think that as we're now witnessing problems in Spain now escalating, just as the markets now think that, oh, Greece is now settled down for the next little while. Now all of a sudden, bam, Spain is blowing up again, and looking like Italy will be next, soon to follow. And I think this is really concerning, is that and something to watch for is the rise of these extremist parties, that are not moving in a forward direction, but are actually moving us as a society, or us as world citizens, backwards. And it'll be interesting to watch the situation in Spain as it's starting to get bad again, because their bond rates just went up past 7% a few days ago, and that's really going to be unsustainable for them. So that's it. I just want to kind of point that out and give my thoughts on the Greece results. And of course, like always, I'll be watching that, and watching the situation in Europe unfold, and with Spain, of course, which seems to be in the limelight right now. And thanks everybody for watching, and have a good night, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now.